And there was that other person in France that poisoned the well there completely and lost all contact. You'll hear the audio. He thinks he's looking for a lot of online activism this week up to 9/11, and is hoping for the tens of millions of people to unite on 9/11 and get something started. He said if we can pull Israel for doing 9/11, then we'll pull them for their banking scams and all their other scams.
Yeah, there's just too much information we could disclose about Israel. It's like just not enough time. The biggest problem we have is actually media. I mean, yeah, right now we have our own quote unquote radio shows on the internet, which are like, I think for most thinking, intelligent people, that is their main source of information. These simple little shows we all do together.
Yeah, I just wanted to, since we're on 9/11, I wanted to mention that. If I come down over there and I see Luke Radowski, I'm gonna maybe try to sell him some drugs. Because this guy is definitely, maybe cocaine, definitely ecstasy, for sure. And this Charlie Veach character, he's definitely another party animal. So. Yeah, definitely going to bring a little stash
Where did this Charlie Veitch guy, where the hell did this Egypt come up from? All of a sudden he's leaving the movement, or he loves 15-year-old girls and he likes cake and different stuff. Like, where did this guy come from? I've never heard of him before. What is it? Someone said 9/11 UK or something?
Now, what happened was this, I'm not going to use the term I use for these people, but a lot of people came into conspiracies because of 9/11. He's just he came from the more new age angle of the truth movement. So that's how he came on there. Because if you notice, he's well received on new age programs such as Max Egan. Max Egan loves this guy, even after he denounced 9/11 truth, which is, says a lot about Max Egan in my book.
No, a lot of these people, they start, their own business, sort of to speak, whether either it's Love Police with Charlie Veach or Veer Change. It's like being a business owner to them. It's nothing more. The same thing with
Joe, how's that other guy? That guy that called me online a couple of years ago, Nazi. He was selling all the T-shirts and DVDs, and he was hanging around with that Jew that made that other film on taxes and stuff. What's his name? I can't think of his name. He ran his own forum for a while. He was a member of Consent many years ago in the old days.
Oh! I know exactly who you're talking about. It's
Remember the guy's name? I mean,
are you talking about the greasy guy?
Yeah, little buck beard, little fat guy. He's
everybody knows this guy. Okay, let me. Maybe people will be able to remind us. He was the person who I distributed that YouTube video of, who gave Alex Jones a gold coin with Alex Jones's face on it. Ugh, so disgusting. He has an Italian name. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I was just wondering how his T-shirt 9/11 business. He must be doing well now. And it's Lone Lantern Society. Remember that nonsense?
Yeah.
And he got
yes.
You remember? I still can't think of his name. Is he still in business? Do you know that, Mattis, if this guy is still in business, Lone Lantern Society or whatever he was trying to flog?
No, I think I've seen his T-shirt, but I don't know what's going on with this character.
One interesting fact about this Lone Lantern, he's extremely pro-Israel. Remember, he sent you every letter he ever sent you, ended it with "All Hail Israel." And the second thing is, him and Luke Radowski both live in Washington, D.C. Luke Radowski doesn't live in New York City anymore.
Luke Radowski
forgot to say that.
He actually used to live a couple of train stops away from me, and on Facebook I asked him what train station he lived on, and he right away didn't want to even say that we ride the same train. But ever since then, he just moved out to Washington, and he's not here no more.
So he moved countries. He moved countries. He moved out of the United States of America.
Yeah. I don't know where in Washington he lives, but let me tell you, everybody who lives in Washington either are spooks or they work for spooks.
The guy's name who you're trying to remember from a Lone Lantern Society is Gary Franchi.
Gary Franchi, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Let me say one funny, humorous episode. This guy's a complete clown. There's so much jokes I can make about him, but this is an Ogmere show, so I'll keep it rather civil.
Well, let's call it a TIU Sunday evening little shindig. People are allowed in like a music session. People are allowed to chime in if they want to, or encourage more of it. We will definitely try to keep these Sunday show going. My agenda for this show is completely different than what we've just done, which is fine. It'll be another show. But I do appreciate these Sundays. Get a few of the boys back in again, like we did have these round tables going. Very interesting change of change of information, change of ideas, and clarifications on different points, and make new friends, make enemies. The way it goes, and that's just the way it goes. Joe, you're more than welcome. Fire away, Joe. Any ideas you want to go? Fire away.
Oh, let me just say this one funny story about Gary Franchi. Gary Franchi was a member of Conspiracy Central way before he ever became infamous or infamous among we real truthers. And when he was starting his organization, he came on the forum, Conspiracy Central forum, and was begging for money. And he wasn't begging for money, not just like, hey, you want to help me out? I got this great idea. Blah, blah. No, he was literally like, you could read the text, his thread. It was like he was crying. Everybody was laughing at him. I mean, Ogner, do you remember that?
Yeah, but he needed money. He was getting married, and then I seen him a couple of years later. I know when he had been selling DVDs, and he put on about £80 or £90, and he seemed to be doing all right.
It's not just if the fat would just went around his body, it would be okay. But his hair got all greasy. I mean, he just became like a really greasy individual because all the corruption and
I don't
greed.
know about I don't know about his physical appearance, but he was a greasy character, that's for sure. Absolute supporter of Israel. It was written at the bottom of his forums. I mean, he got pulled on that. Eventually got. Maybe the forums are still running. I have no idea. Another one of these charming 9/11 characters making money off it.
Yeah, that's right there. I'll tell you, there's one particular person when we're talking about 9/11 people, Aaron Russo. At first I never really trusted him because he was too much into the Alex Jones crowd.
He was Jewish, first of all.
Surprisingly, Joe Blow actually doesn't care. Joseph Blauman does not care if someone's Jewish. I'll use that as a fact to reinforce whatever. If I don't like the person, then I'll say, oh, he's a Jew. But personally, I really don't care. No, what do you call it? What made me kind of like him in the end was on his last appearance on the Alex Jones show, Alex Jones majorly dissed him and cut him off and hung up on him. And that should prove me right there. There's something good about Aaron Russo. And then he died afterwards.
I'm going to have to start worrying about these people that keep telling me that they're still listening to Alex Jones. Now, I joined Facebook yesterday. I'd actually joined it 2 years ago, but I never posted until yesterday. And it was an article posted on TIUDinfounderground.com during the week that me being an active member of Twitter made me a member of a social networking outfit. And I hadn't really thought about it before. And yes, basically, I am part of Twitter, and I do tweet to people individually different things. And I said, screw it, I'm going on to Facebook and see what happens. And one of the very first conversations I had, a chat, was with Mike Smith, the ex-owner, my ex-buddy from Conspiracy Central, the old days. And we had a very interesting chat. But I said, where are you getting your info, Mike? You don't have a forum. And he said he gets basically from Rents, okay? And who are you listening to about Rents and to AJ, just about everyday AJ. So I said, okay, Mike, you're fucked.
I can't lie. I listen to Alex Jones, but I try to get comic material, how to make jokes about him from it. I mean, there's no other reason to listen to Alex. I don't listen very closely, Alex. I just put in the background, when I'm in the bathroom doing some things, bodily functions, and I'll have Alex Jones on because it fits rather perfectly together. Hey, Matros, you never actually said, do you still listen to Alex Jones and believe what he says?
I used to listen to him maybe 2-3 years ago religiously almost every day, but now it's just a repetition of the same thing and beating around the bush.
Buy my DVDs.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he says anymore because I wouldn't listen to him, refuse to listen to him. If anyone listens to him, it's just a waste of time. Rents might have an odd guest that might be on. I haven't listened to much of Rents in either. It seems there's way too much control. We'll see what happens in the next week.
Yeah, that's right there. Everybody's going to be talking about 9/11, but me personally, I'm just going to ignore it. It's even though it's the 10th anniversary, I really don't. I mean, what's going to happen is, Matros is going to go there, film all the weirdos and strange people. But, we've already disclosed, everybody, literally, millions of people, I'm telling you, millions of people have seen the information based on that one thread at the Info Underground. And don't forget, Info Underground's Twitter account is TIUCOM. Or you can just search for theinfounderground.com on Twitter and you'll be able to find us. Yeah, and that thread, of course, is Israel did 9/11, all the proof in the world. I've seen so many copies of that. I've seen an 800-pound gorilla.
Just Google Israel did 9/11. We're top of the list, no problem. 200,000 and counting. People hopefully educated, maybe not 200,000, but that list has been spread around. Under protest. The guy that posted that monkey see, monkey do, and he's another name. Check it before you break it or something. I don't know what it is. He's still monkey. I've had many requests to have that pulled down from different people. So obviously, some people want to just pull down all his work. Free speech is what TIU is about. I don't like everything that's written there. Like some of it is written there. It's just the way it goes. Let people discuss openly without going too crazy. It's every single, I don't know, there's several things that I find childish and try to pull it when it happens, but otherwise an open forum. Start following us on Twitter. Facebook, we'll see. I still have to figure out how Facebook, as I said, I'm only new to it, so I have to figure out how that works. But social networking, everything is recorded. You have to know that going in. Don't say things that you're not supposed to say. Don't go ape shit on somebody and whip out all sorts of verbal abuse that'll put you on lists. But point people that Israel did 9/11. Point them to the thread. Let's get that number up to 500,000. Unfortunately, Joe, the forum probably surrendered. The server will go on its knees.
You have no idea how much stress the forum's going under just from the web bots, and of course we're always continuously being DDoSed on top of that. So it's rather active on the network end, but I try to keep it as people not notice it. I try to have a pleasant forum experience as possible. Concerning Twitter, there's one particular new thread that I posted on Twitter, which it got some attention, and then you created a new thread which was posted on Twitter and was at the top when anyone searched for the words Bob Chapman. Bob Chapman, man, this guy is. I never liked Bob Chapman. You can listen to all my old shits. I denounced him from day one. But what I found was interesting was when Ogner wrote his tweet, posted, which connected that thread on TIU. Even though I'm here in Sweden, so it was a good test, I saw that Ogner's tweet was the very first item. So literally, even if they did not click on the link, they did see. I'm a firm believer that millions of people did see your tweet, just the name of it, even if they chose not to actually click on it. So Twitter, yes, is a social network. Yes, it's a CIA, Mossad, MI6, but still, we could still use their weapons against them.